Good morning, good morning, good morning, and a good morning to Michaela being here first off the ranks. Lovely to have you here, Michaela. And you've caught me as the live stream is starting. So wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, I'm Ros Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. As you may have seen outside my window, it's a beautiful day. A light breeze or almost wind. It's one of those days that looks like it's got a lot of potential for a beautiful spring day here in Port Elliot, South Australia. Let's go across to the cards. Now, I'm not going to say it's the Lenormand deck because it's not. We're going to investigate a different deck today. So I've got to work out, there we go, to the cards. And I'm going to, oh, it's a little bit further over than I expected, but that's okay. Let me just shift the stand for the webcam a little bit. I can't do it anymore, it'll tip over. I might even just bring that up a little bit so we've got it a little bit closer. Now, these are the Miss Tea Cow tea leaf reading cards, as you can see here. It's a really beautiful deck as far as the artwork goes. Where did I put my pencil? So as far as the artwork goes, it's really very beautiful. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that it is probably Karen. You'll just see it on the cover here. I'll show it because I'm going to be using this guidebook as we go. It's a new deck. So it's Tea with Karen. So it's Karen Dalton Smith, who is the creator of this deck. And the booklet, of course, goes with the cards. It's 45 cards, okay, that go in the grand tableau type of a spread. And by grand tableau, what I mean is it's every single card is spread out on a particular mat that goes with this one. That's for a full reading. So if you wanted to have a full reading, that's how it would be done on a gorgeous map. It gives a double meaning to it because each of the spaces on the map is the cards laid out in its fullness. Yeah, it's a really interesting way of doing a reading. I love doing them. This here is just a spread that I decided to do. I took spirit guidance as I was laying them down. So this is the central card, obviously, but the way that I laid them down, it was in the 1, 2, 3, 4, and this was finally placed on top. So I'm going to read them in that order as if it's a sentence, but I do feel that this is more that it is going to be further at the end of the day, and this is the closest to us is what is going to be what is the early part of the day. Okay, that's just how I feel it's going to be. So do I read them this way and go up, or the other way as I lay them down? I'm going to read them as I lay them down. So that is in particular, we're going to go into the top part, and I'm going to even go further. I'm hoping that this will zoom in like that. Let's see if we can get them really close. I'm going to zoom right in and focus more on the one that is the center of attention. Yeah, I think that's how I'll do it. So lovely. Thank you for the emojis there, Michaela. I do love them, you know that I do. And a lovely weather report. Thank you. And here we've got Shaz, who is saying good morning to Ros and all. So that's a good morning to everyone. So I think that's absolutely lovely. Thank you, Shaz. Now, that will disappear on its own, I hope. It did. Right, let's have a look at the cards. Now, 6 is Canon. I don't think these particular cards, they do have a page to a spread, but what I'm just going to do, to cut a page to a spread, a page to a card. So hopefully it's not too just disjointed for you today, but at the end I will do a clear summary of what I'm feeling by the end of when we get to the reading. Because one of the things I don't do, I don't look at these cards and rehearse what I'm going to say for you. I'm just looking at them. I've laid them down. I don't look at them until I come to join with you to discover them together. Okay? And good morning from Keza, and a good, thank you, Keza, and a good morning to all from Keza. So thank you for that, Kez. Now, canon, the positive words for that one are structure, in charge, leader, army of support around you. So this, I feel, I'm almost feeling like what I'm going to need to do is start with, even though I laid them down in the order 1 to 2, Spirit's telling me to do it the other way. So I'm going to do it this way. We are going to start at the clock. Okay? Because I'm feeling that these that are the closer ones to us, being the morning, it's what I feel. Being the morning sequence, we've got to start with this and go in order of the morning. So I've gone to card 33, the clock in the guidebook, and it is about timing is important. So important decisions, looking forward, time moves fast within the weeks and moving at an even pace. So if you're feeling that you're being stretched for time and that time is your focus, it is important for you, for us today. So this would probably be more in the now, the early morning, what we're planning out is what I'm feeling, that we're feeling the stress of time in, well, what's coming up for you? You are the only person that knows that. So what's coming up for you? Are you feeling stressed for time? I know yesterday I did, because I was part of an expo that I was presenting twice in the day that put a little bit of extra pressure on. So I had that watching the clock twice. If you are looking at things that are going to be watching the clock and it feels like it's going too fast, slow it down, move it along at an even pace is the message. So think of the timer ticking on a bomb about to go off. You don't want the time to run out. So just be mindful to breathe through. Our breaths in itself is sometimes a timing mechanism. I know as a volunteer ambulance officer, when I was doing that many years ago, we did have to count the breaths in a minute. So it is that timing of self just by your breath. Slow it down and you'll be able to smooth out any of those, the pacings of what you're doing through the day so it doesn't feel as stressed. Allow the time to be what it is. Keep an eye on the clock, but you don't feel stressed about it. You have everything flowing in the right way. And this one being the arrow that goes to the left is also bringing into the mindfulness of what has happened in your past as far as the time has gone fairly fast. Let it just ease into your day today and just keep an eye on it rather than feel stressed by it's what I'm feeling. Set the alarms for when you need to, because I've just realised, oh, God, of course, old analogue clock, didn't a lot of us have those alarm clocks these days? We get a dinger thingy to give us an alarm on our phones. So dedicated to our phones, aren't we? Maybe even get out your old-fashioned clock. As we move across to that is medicine, now I'm only going to be reading general interpretations for any of these cards today. As you know, for those who are coming in new to this reading, these readings that I do in the morning, remember it is just general. You know your life situation, interpret what it feels its meaning for you as well. And then, hey honey, it's lovely to see you, Michelle. Nice to be here, and I hope you had a lovely dinner last night. It's wonderful to have you here. And we have another Michelle who is asking for a reading, please. So lucky I said and mentioned about it only be a general reading. I don't do the individual readings at these sessions in the morning. I'm giving a generalised, so it gives you a bit of practice for yourselves to actually tap into your energies and your spirit guides. So I hope you have asked them along for today, for the morning now. Right now, to be with you as you're hearing and listening to some of these interpretations. I had a beeper going off, not sure what that was about. And I do have a new phone, and it's a Google Pixel, so some things on that I'm going to have to discover what's happening with it too. So with that, where did I get up to? To Michelle, didn't I? And good morning, Susie. Lovely to have you popping in. So lovely to see the beautiful faces on the avatars. Thank you, thank you. And Michelle, you're saying, okay, all good, thank you. And this is the Michelle Mackenzie. I'm trying to pop the query up. Yeah, all good, thanks. And it really is all good to be able to practice for yourself what your intuition is giving you, to be able to connect with your spirit guides, to get used to hearing what they are giving you, or even seeing it in your mind's eye, or even just at that inner knowing what these mean for you. Okay, now I'll continue onward. So we've got the clock that has given us that awareness of being aware of our time, but not letting it stress us. I think it's really feeling that sense of knowing that we have our time that's unique to us and using it wisely, and just knowing that you can put those little alarms there so that you can enjoy every other moment until you need to do whatever it is the next thing that you're needing to be doing. If you're on a tight schedule. Yeah, different language, different nuance. Medicine. It is look after your health and well-being. Vitamins even, this one. I'm not giving any of the negatives out of any book. I don't want to even invite the energy of negatives. Be aware for yourself what might be the opposite or otherwise. I look at the positive. We are looking after our health here, and sensing that it comes up when you do require self-care. So let's look into, okay, what am I neglecting, or what am I not doing that's for looking after myself? What would you like to do? What do you feel within your inner self that you need to be doing that's looking after you? Remember, there are times that we always feel like we're giving to everyone else, and there's many of us beautiful, kind souls who are very giving in nature. Time to look after you. Make sure you are doing what you need to look after your health, your self-care. Now I'm going to have to put that down. I'll check the comments again. No more. I'll go up to the canon now. We shall look at the canon. Card number 6. And this is about structure. So this will be into our afternoon. Okay, so we're going to be looking at, once you've had that enjoyable time moving through it, starting your day and moving through, noting what things you need to be doing for your health, we're going to be taking control. So it is about canon, structure, in charge, leader, army of support around you. So we are discovering even now that we have an army of support, I feel, being our spirit guides, because that's how I roll. And this is on a maneuverable surface. As you can see, you can move it around. And interestingly, this has 2 different, guns on it. I've never seen a cannon that's got the 2 guns, so not 100% sure what that's about. Have you seen that? It gives us choice, doesn't it, of which way we're going to really aim and control what it is we're about to shoot that ball to, called cannonballs, whatever. This one here, it almost looks like it's got ribbons moving through rather than something that's going to destroy, something that's going to put out, an item that could, the fireworks I'm trying to think of, but it looks like ribbons and things like that. Anyway, let's keep going. The cannon is a very directional card, and as we can see, it is pointing to the right as far as the arrow, as far as this arrow goes. That's pointing to the right, so it's connecting in, and look at the heart when it's pointing left. We'll have a look at that. A little bit of meaning there for that one. So with the cannon, it is a directional card. Take particular note of the positives. We've got the heart that's connecting in with that. That's what I'm feeling, and the directions I face. So although it's a weapon, it's not always a negative card, because you look at the positives that surround it. So obviously in this one, it must be just that type of a general thing. There are The other categories that this looks at is relationships, career, and financials. So what do you feel like in whichever aspect is more important and you seem to have more focus on in the moment, whether it's relationship, your career, or your money, your wealth, what way you can be in control of that. And it really is moving towards that is the heart card. Now, in this respect, I think that's a 15. With the heart, that is love, passion, beauty, emotion, deep connection, cherished possessions, of course. It is a positive card. We always, I mean, when is it not a positive card? I suppose if you're in the Grand Tableau type of a reading, it could be, depending on what's around it. But what we've got here is connecting and pointing, the direction is towards the heart. The heart itself is focusing on being in control, having that control, being in charge. Really know what your heart wants. Follow that. Make that your pathway. So the heart represents the passion in any form, and it's not always about romantic love. So it's referencing other cards, and we're not focusing on any of the different categories, like the relationship, career, and finance. It's about the gratitude, the appreciation, and heartfelt thank you that we can give, that we have for ourselves and what we're going through and what we are doing. Whether it's that giving that I mentioned as far as the medicine goes in there, that we do also come back to that inner self for us, that we do. There's too many times where we don't say I love you to yourself. Okay, I'm feeling that's absolutely necessary. Bring it to the fore, bring it as part of the focus for your day, especially by the end of the day, and a thank you, heartfelt gratitude for whatever has occurred, that we have begun to take control again of what we need to for our self well-being, our health with the medicines, and keeping an eye on that clock not to let it stress us. Okay, we really do need to have that awareness by the end of the day. We're living what is that life as we see all 5 of the cards together. I'm going to now go to the boot so that we can bring it together with the overall aspect of the boot. What's the number on that? 41. Wow, that's near the end of the number of cards that we've got on offer with this deck, isn't it? So with the boot, it's putting your best foot forward and protection from danger. It's changing situations. It could be travel and it could be success. So in all the types of different ways that you can see your day, remember this is a day spread, what I like to read in the morning for our day. So you could have something really shift and change today. I'm feeling that what you are needing to do, because we have got the looking after ourselves with that self-care, being mindful of the time, we're starting off on the right foot. We're going to be getting going in a positive, active, and definite direction way. You're deciding on what you're doing. You are changing that is going to be looking after yourself a little more, leading and taking control of where you need that focus to be aimed as well in your day, so that by the end of the day, what you are going to do after that possible shift, feel within yourself that anything is possible, because this has that sense to me of being able to dance your way through the day. Even if it's a boot, it looks so gloriously glamorous. It's a dancing boot, that type of thing that's really going to take you through your day with some joy and happiness, and bring to your day's end that is going to be a reflection and looking back with love on what you've created in your day as that potential, and moving forward with that boot. Boots go on feet that move and give action. Okay, so that for me, as a summary for the day, feel into it what you have as your own interpretations as you're looking at these 5 cards all in the one, and creating that is your good juju. Okay, and oh goodness, wouldn't you know it, there is a troll, a spammer there. Please report and block, do all that you need to for that, because I certainly will. It's something I think is extremely below below what is ethical, and absolutely rude to be on someone's post else's. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Don't need to get on a hobby horse about it. Hey, if it's in your space of the chats, please do right click, report, spam, and block, and I do the hide because I can as the group owner. Okay, thank you from Keza. It's a lovely, lovely blessing for everyone there. Thank you, those beautiful hearts. And Michaela, thank you for those gorgeous emojis. I do absolutely love seeing these. And Senley, good morning. So wonderful to see you here too. It's a blessing, and thank you so much for the blessings that I received yesterday. I loved doing that. That was our gorgeous expo, the virtual expo that Ali from Heart and Soul Business Academy or Small Business, I can't remember which one it was. Someone might be able to tell me, Michelle. Certainly, I can't remember, Susie. And good morning to you, Anastasia. You might need to go back and watch the replay. I'm just on the tail end of finishing off for the morning for this one. And it is a general card spread reading that I do with the morning sessions without doing individual card pulls. Every so often I do pop in to do the impromptu longer sessions that give you the opportunity to have individual cards. Certainly do the follow, the like, the subscribe if you're seeing me on YouTube, that sort of thing. And thank you from Michelle Peel as far as the, it is a thanks, thank you. Thanks for being here. And yes, it is okay. Thank you, Anastasia, lovely, and thank you that you understand that. These are every morning at around this same time. The 25 minutes ago, it's the first time I've gone the longest. This is the longest I've gone for a long time. So thank you for being with me for the full length of this session. It's a blessing to be able to have the technology to share in this way with each and every one of you, and I so enjoy it. Keep being the best you that you are, because we are all each individual special people and souls. We're not just this body, we are souls. We are all absolutely unique and special in our own right. Don't try to be someone else, be you. And I'm going to leave you there with that. Have another look at the cards, see what you feel, see what you're learning through your day, how you are being in your day, and many, many loving times for yourself and others in that process. Keep being you. Blessings for that. Namaste until tomorrow.